The prison drifted at the edge of known space, chained to a dying star whose radiation scrambled long-range sensors and crushed escape attempts before they began. The Karen detention ring was not built to hold criminals. It was built to erase them. Here, names were stripped away. Species were reduced to numbers. Hope was treated as contraband. Prisoner HX 117 arrived in silence. He was human, something that alone unsettled the wardens. Humans were rare beyond the inner colonies, rarer still in high-security alien prisons. They were classified as adaptive threats, physically weaker than most warrior species, technologically inferior to the great empires, but disturbingly resilient. HX 117 stood unarmored on the intake platform, wrists locked in gravitic restraints. He did not struggle. He did not beg. His dark eyes moved slowly, cataloging everything. The armed guards with chitinous armor, the energy lattice floors, the automated turrets tracking his heartbeat. Warden Zalthera, a towering Virexian with 6 eyes and a voice like cracking ice, studied the human through a hovering holoslate. "Crime designation?" she asked. The slate flickered. "Charge: unauthorized warfare. Victims: classified. Status: extreme risk. Sentence: indefinite containment." Zalthera frowned. "No listed allegiance?" "No surviving witnesses," the system replied. She leaned closer. "What are you?" The human finally spoke. "A problem you should have killed when you had the chance." He was assigned to Block Epsilon, where the galaxy's worst predators were stored: warlords, hive queens, sentient weapons whose names were banned from most databanks. The idea was simple: place monsters together, let fear keep them in line. The first night, HX 117 was attacked. A Drask Reaver, 3 meters of bone and muscle, lunged at him during feeding rotation. The cameras recorded what happened next in silent disbelief. HX 117 didn't run. He stepped forward. He used the Reaver's own momentum, twisted its armored forelimb, and drove its head into the reinforced wall with a precision that suggested long practice. The creature died before the alarms finished sounding. No energy weapons. No enhancements. Just leverage, timing, and intent. Within a week, fights broke out near him. Never started by him. Always ended by him. Prisoners learned to give the human space. Guards began whispering. And still, no one knew why he was there. That changed when the hunting began. The Karen Ring was built above an uninhabited planet called Nerthus, a jungle world crawling with apex predators. Periodically, the prison ran what it called containment exercises, controlled hunts where select prisoners were dropped onto the surface to test security protocols. Unofficially, it was entertainment. When 3 elite guards vanished during a routine patrol, Zalthera authorized an emergency exercise. Prisoners were released into the jungle with tracking implants. Guard teams followed. Only the guards didn't return. Their armor was found days later. Peeled open, power cores removed, weapons stripped. The prisoners were still alive. Terrified. Hiding. The recordings showed something worse. Something was hunting the hunters. Zalthera watched footage of a Krail mercenary sprinting through the undergrowth, only to collapse screaming as a cable tightened around his legs. The camera caught a glimpse of a human silhouette dropping from the trees. HX 117. He never struck directly. He separated his targets, forced them into traps made from local fauna, repurposed tech, and terrain. He dismantled entire squads without firing a single shot. When commandos finally cornered him, he was sitting beside a campfire, cleaning a blade he'd forged from a broken rifle barrel. "Exercise complete," he said calmly. "Your move." Zalthera recalled him immediately. For the first time since the prison's creation, a warden requested a conversation with a prisoner. Why? She asked through the containment field. Why hunt my guards? HX-117 looked at her, expression unreadable. You put predators in a cage and shake it, he replied. You shouldn't be surprised when one adapts. You could have escaped. He nodded. Yes. Why didn't you? A pause. Because I wasn't done learning. Zalthera accessed sealed Imperial records, something she had avoided for cycles. HX-117's file unlocked piece by piece. He had been a recon hunter for a forgotten human faction, deployed during a silent war against an ancient alien coalition. His unit specialized in tracking entities that couldn't be fought head-on: psionic warlords, biomechanical gods, living fleets. One by one, his team had died. He survived. Not because he was strongest, because he learned how every enemy thought. The final entry chilled her. Status: asset terminated after mission success. Note: subject escaped execution. They had tried to erase him. Instead, the galaxy inherited him. The prison revolt began without warning. A rogue empire attacked Karen Ring, releasing thousands of inmates in an attempt to weaponize chaos. The station's defenses collapsed. Wardens were slaughtered. Monsters ran free. Zalthera reached HX-117's cell as explosions rocked the corridor. We need you, she said, swallowing her pride. Help us stop them. The human stood as the containment field dropped. You don't need help, he corrected. You need a hunter. He armed himself with whatever he could find. Alien rifles, blades, tech he rewired on the move. He didn't lead armies. He didn't give speeches. He stalked. One by one, the most dangerous prisoners disappeared. Some were found dead. Others were never found at all. The invading warlords sent kill teams after him. None returned. By the time relief fleets arrived, the prison was silent. HX-117 stood alone in the central hangar, surrounded by defeated legends. Zalthera approached cautiously. It's over, she said. You're free. He shook his head. Not yet. The ending. HX-117 didn't leave the Karen Ring. Instead, he walked into the command chamber and activated the long-dormant Galactic Threat Beacon, a system designed to broadcast distress signals to every major power. Zalthera realized too late what he was doing. You're calling them, she said. All of them. Yes, he replied. The ones hiding behind empires. The ones who send others to die. The beacon transmitted a single message, repeated across all frequencies. You've been hunting the galaxy. Now the galaxy hunts you. I'll be waiting. HX-117 took a ship, not a cruiser, not a warship, but a small hunter-class vessel optimized for stealth. Before departing, he erased his prisoner designation and replaced it with a new identifier. Hunters 0. Reports began surfacing across the stars. A crime lord found dead in a sealed vault. A psionic tyrant vanished mid-conquest. A living dreadnought dismantled from the inside. No fleet battles. No warnings. Just silence, and then absence. The galaxy tried to brand him a myth. A rumor. A warning parents told their hatchlings. But Zalthera knew the truth. The human who had entered her prison as a captive had become something far more dangerous than any army. Not a soldier. Not a hero. A necessary predator. And somewhere beyond the edge of known space, HX-117 watched new signals appear on his scanners, eyes calm, mind focused. The hunt was endless. And for the first time since his war began, he was exactly where he belonged.